Greetings, Inquisitors. Welcome to the Holocron. This is the week 192 update for the Darth Loquitur account. I update this account's progress every week, go through all the character ships, mods, Datacrons, whatever we're doing for the account so that y'all can follow along and see how it goes. Please remember, as we get started, hit that like button. I would appreciate if you could do that for me. It does help. All right, so for week 192, the objective was to try to get another one of these Gungans to Relic if we could, and we did indeed get Captain Tarpals all the way up to gear 13. So we're taking these guys to Relic 7 to start. We may take them to Relic 8, and then if needed to Relic 9 for the raid. We'll have to see how all this goes. If we find out that for some reason the Gungan team isn't all their crack up to be in the raid, then maybe that changes what we want to do with the Relic levels. I don't know. 429 bronzium wirings we're going to make, mostly off of the back of those Mark V data pads. We've been farming with 50 and 100 cost refreshes and getting a lot of Cairo shock prods, so also a lot of the Mark V data pads. I tried Marin out in Grand Arena, almost had a success with her, messed up the keys on my part, but I think Relic 5 would help make sure that we can keep Marin alive if we want to keep messing around with that, so I'm going to put a couple more Relic levels onto Marin. And then we're going to try to lock down more gear onto this Bombardier. We've got him to 7 stars, and we can get him to relics in future weeks. So we'll get that set up so that all he needs is his Cairo, so that I don't steal any gear. Here we're going to go in on Stap, and we're going to get Stap started. Get another gear tier, get him up to the Cairo levels. We'll park him where he needs a Cairo until we get an opportunity to take advantage of that. Again, we'll see how it looks in the new raid, if this is a character that makes a big difference in the new raid. I think we still want to build him for Grand Arena for the Grievous team anyway. In ships, one of the few ships that I have left to improve on very much is the Marauder. I don't even have mods on these guys, so I go in, work a little bit on the gear tier and skills for the Bad Batch, get that ship up and running a little better. And not that much difference, but at least they have mods on them. Mods for the week, I'm going through here, slicing all this stuff. I think I had 14 mods to start off with in gray, and we're going to slice them all without a single hit in speed. So that's a pretty low likelihood, but that's what we got. Moving on to blue, we get this 19 speed mod. We take it up to 20 on 6 dots, and then we get a 23 speed. I wish that last hit would have been better, but I'll take a 23 speed mod. That's fine. Here we've got a mod that's 13 speed. Don't hit that, but that's okay. We'll go to the purple and gold mods for the week, and we've got this arrow. It's a really nice arrow. Defense, set, health, main stat, 3 rolls on speed. So we give it a couple more slices. We don't hit speed. We try a couple calibrates here to try to get the 4th speed, and we don't get it. But I decided to go ahead and slice it up anyway, because I really would like to have a health mod main stat with good substat for speed. Here we reroll into potency, and I decided to discard the changes, and that's got to be it for that mod. I wish it would have worked out with at least one more speed roll, but still pretty good mod. Here we're going to go in mod Wrecker and Hunter. Again, just try to get that Marauder up and running as well as we can. We'll go into a couple other ships and look around, but there's not really much else for us to do, so off we go to Datacrons. So Datacrons, what I've been doing is farming up money. So I farmed up a lot of materials while Conquest was open, and then I've been buying the currency for this with Shard Shop currency as we go along. Here we're getting another dark side 15%. We get crit chance, offense. It doesn't look too bad. We've only got 1 accuracy roll on it. We roll first order. We don't really need more first orders, but we'll get some more crit damage. And the last roll is crit avoidance. And I'm thinking about going to level 9 here just so I can re-roll a couple of those stats. But then I decided to pass and just work on a new mod instead. We get some armor penetration, some crit avoidance, another 15% stats for dark side. And then we come in here. We'll re-roll this, and here we get 15% for light side. So doing really good getting those bulky crons made up. We rolled accuracy here in the mid tier, but we're going to continue on. Reroll here. I do need to get a Gungan Datacron going. I don't currently have a good Gungan Datacron, and we're going to want to reroll to this, you know, Gungan ability in here. Of course, I get accuracy on the 3rd tier. It seems like I get accuracy an awful lot on the 3rd tier. But that pretty much runs us out of money for the week. We've still got a little bit left. We can go in, make one more level 3 mod, reroll the stats here, and reroll it again. And then we'll get another Dark Side 15% cron. So overall, we got quite a few of those 15% crons today. Working on a Gungan Datacron. Next week, I think we'll be able to get that finished out, closed out, and have a Gungan Datacron ready for, hopefully when we get the Gungan team unlocked later, that Datacron will still be relevant. But might as well build it while it's in season. Let's take a look at the stats for week 192. Galactic Power took a big jump up to 9.73 million. That's because we bought the Lightspeed bundle for the Jedi. We'll talk about that here in a minute. 173 Relics, 150 Zetas, 25 Omicrons. Squad Arena, we're still getting top 50 with JMK. Profundity and Chimera can get us top 5 in Fleet. We're Kyber 2. And we'll try to get that Bombardier. I've been running a little lower on materials each week, so I think next week I might miss the Bombardier. We'll see if I want to put in an old Relic in place, do like a Relic 1 while I'm waiting to get all the Kairos for the Bombardier, but I probably won't do that because I'll just keep the Kairos focused on the Gungans until we have everything done and ready for the next round. What I don't want is I don't want the next round of Jar Jar to come around and not have my Gungans ready. That wouldn't do, so let's get them staged up and then we'll go take a look back over our shoulder. But that might mean we got 2 weeks between relics here. Next week, we're going to keep farming Keller and Beck and Paz Vizsla. In Fleet, we got IG-12. We're farming the Phalanx twice a day. In Cantina, we're getting signal data. I am doing the stap a little bit here and there. I did quite a bit of stapping this week and got really bad statistics. I farmed it for days and only managed to get 21 shards, I think, the whole time I farmed it. So that was a bit disappointing, but yeah, we'll just keep chipping away at it. Statistics will be in our favor someday. Mod slicing 4 days a week and mods 3 days a week. Refresh strategy still 3 mods, 6 energy, 3 fleet, and 3 cantina. In the 2024 planning, it's just Jedi Knight Cal Kestis, the Gungans for the raid, and then just all of the other new stuff that I'm chasing. So Bo-Katan, Mandalore, and then after that, it looks like we're going to have more stuff to chase. So Lightspeed Jedi, I did grab these Lightspeed Bundle Jedi, the 5 here that we got for $20. Now, just for anybody who's not very experienced with the game, there's a lot of reasons why this pack, it's still in the store at the time of this holocron, but you should take a look at this pack. Let's say they're really bad as a team, but let's say you don't have a whole lot of stuff for the new raid that's fully done and functional. This team can go in at the tier for Relic 5s, and in the Crate Raid and in the Rebel Raid both, I think that tier 5 is 1.2 million potential score. So maybe you're going to take them in there and only get 400,000 with this team because they really don't work well and they don't get you anywhere near the maximum score. But still, if you can get 500,000 score pretty much for free, it's too good to pass up. So I went ahead and grabbed it. And again, I don't know how much these Jedi are really going to help, but if you don't have Relic characters to put in there, being able to put characters in at that higher tier and get a little bit of score, even if you don't get the full score, it makes quite a bit of difference. So let's say that your normal teams are giving you $1 million, $1.5 million contribution right when the raid starts if you're a newer player. This could take you up to $2 million. So think about it, consider it, whether or not that's the right thing to do for your account. Galactic Legend Ahsoka. They came out with the announcement for Galactic Legend Ahsoka. I haven't looked today, but so far I think the only requirement that we know is it'll be a Relic 9 Ahsoka Tano that's a requirement for the journey. And that's not too much of a problem. Ahsoka's Swiss Army knife of a character. Her basic is fantastic. She removes buffs and she triggers off of other Galactic Republic using their specials, so she can go in a lot of different teams. As an attacker, Relic 9 really isn't that desirable, but if we've got to build a character up, this is a good one to build. She's often the weakest link in the Jedi Master Kenobi team, and having her Relic 9 might make that team just one step harder to beat anyway. So, I mean, it's not something you would probably do normally, but if you have to do it, it's not a bad character to have to build. So, if we look at the Ahsoka planning, I'll start staging for that, but I imagine it's going to be a series of older characters, which I may have some of the requirements done already, I hope. But if Fulcrum is in there, for example, I haven't built Fulcrum. If there's a bunch of characters that could very well be in her journey that I've never touched. And then anything that's new for her journey is going to take Kairos, and that's going to be competing with the existing plan. So basically, I will not be able to go for Ahsoka and be ready as soon as she comes out. I'll have to build it in the free-to-play way, so if they have a marquee event, we'll get some extra shards for her. GLs almost always have new characters that come to the game as requirements, so I expect 2 or 3 more new characters to come in, just like Skiff Calrissian and Boush Leia did when Leia became a galactic legend, so we should see those. And yeah, so I'll have to build those, and it'll probably be, we got Leia, I think only it was maybe 4 or 5 months after you could have first gotten her. So it took a little while, but not too bad. So we got her pretty early on in her cycle. So that was good. We'll try to do that again with Ahsoka, but we still have these Gungans to finish, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis stuff to finish out, and then Jedi Knight Cal himself to build up to relics. We've got raid characters like Stap, and then the Jedi for the Queen Amidala team that we want to build. We've got Bo-Katan Mandalore that we need to build for territory battle rewards. And then we can work on Galactic Legend Ahsoka. And maybe we just have to wait on Bo-Katan Mandalore, but I don't know. It's a lot of stuff we need to work on. So we're just, with the free-to-play style, we're just playing catch-up, and it all depends on how fast we can get Cairo. And that brings up another interesting dilemma for me. So for the last few weeks, I've been farming the 50 cost and 100 cost refreshes to accelerate Cairo. I did get a good chunk of Cairo into the account. We've reliced a few of these Gungans, in a week, and I think have done pretty well in that regard in terms of efficiency. But over the course of the last month, since the last time the Carbonite circuit board pack was in-house, the last time I made purchases about a month ago, I was almost 1,000 Carbonite circuit boards, and as of this update, I ran myself down to 92. I did go back into the shop, outside the update. We bought 4 packs of the Carbonite circuit boards. So we spent 2,000 crystals over there. We got 300s and a 150. So that'll put us back at 552. But we've burned through almost 500 Carbonite circuit boards that we haven't been able to replace. So the accelerated refreshes on that 7B node are going to come to an end when we run out of Carbonite circuit boards. We won't be able to relic stuff up anyway. So then we'll have to go backwards in the cycle, do less refreshes, save crystals, buy more Carbonite circuit boards, juggle the whole thing. But yeah, so that's what it's looking like is going to happen over the course of the next month or so. So I expect before the Carbonite circuit boards get back in the shop, I will be completely out of them. And of course, we'll build what we can out of the scavenger. The relic priority order is Gungans. We're just working on them. Jedi Knight Cal Kestis when we get his journey done. Of course, we got to get Kairos on the Gungans before we can put Kairos onto the Tarful and Saw Gerrera to finish out that journey. We got Stap to work on, and then Master Qui-Gon and Padawan Obi-Wan. We still want to work on Kyle and get Luthen. Maybe Kyle and Luthen will fall out of this. It was looking good that maybe we could do Kyle, Luthen, finally grab Starkiller on this account, but I think we're back to the same thing. By then, Ahsoka will be out, so probably Ahsoka goes into that slot. And we start relicking characters for her journey instead. And Luthen will have to go on a shelf with Malicos and Malgus as characters that we're going to relic someday. Alright, that's going to wrap up the week 192 update for the Darth Loquitur account. Please remember to hit that like button on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my stuff in the future. The notification bell tells you when I'm doing my live streams. Tonight I'll be doing the live stream on my Lex Talionis account to try to unlock Profundity. So if by the time this video comes out, that'll already be done and over and available. So hope I make it. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it past the second phase on that. It's pretty tough, but we're going to see. We're going to see what we can do. And if not, we've saved up a ton of crystals over the last couple of months, and we'll be able to buy our way into a 4-star Profundity and build from there as we get the ships finished out later. All right, thank you all for watching. Appreciate you all. See you in the next Holocron.